Hey guys, HappyCattyCrypto here and welcome back to the channel. And I think we've got a bit of a good one for you, to be quite honest. So what I want everybody to understand before everybody gets overly hyped, although this is a good start to the next 8 hours, anything can happen. There is still big validators out there yet to vote that could sway this thing back in the other direction. So what I want to do is firstly bring up the Terra document system and let's go over this section here. So this follows the basic outline structure of what happens with proposals, how the voting goes. I'll leave a link to this. You can search absolutely anything you want in here, and you can more or less get a layman's term answer for things and not someone overcomplicating or going into other things that are not totally relevant to what you're asking. Instead, you get a very educational based and informed response, I would say. So a user submits a proposal and 2-week deposit period begins. Users deposit Luna as collateral to back the proposal. This period ends once a minimum threshold of 50 Luna is deposited. Deposits are to protect against spam. So the 1-week vote period begins. As you guys know, that's how that one goes. So what we're focusing on here is point number 4. So the votes are tallied. Proposals pass if they meet 3 conditions. Quorum is met. At least 40% of all staked Luna must vote. The total number of no with veto votes is less than 33.4% of the total vote. And the number of yes votes reaches a 50% majority. If the previous conditions are not met, the proposal is rejected. So there you go. Now working from what we know. And once again, like I said just a minute ago, you need to understand that anybody could change this right now. Someone who's got a no with the veto could suddenly switch to an abstain. They could switch to a no. Anything could happen. Okay. But currently, right now, as of the recording of this video, it's being vetoed. And this is absolutely amazing. In fact, what this allows us to do, and what I want everybody to understand is, if this was done correctly, if we introduced a flat gas fee for projects, if we went and cleared all of the hurdles, so to speak, it wouldn't be so much of an issue. If we packed everything down, instead of having gas and tax, let's just do everything and go from gas to tax, okay? And pack it down in there and then raise the gas fees once you've got that whitelist system available. And like I was saying in the Twitter space, what should happen is there should be a part of the GitHub repository which any project that would like to be whitelisted for that flat gas fee can submit a PR request. And say there's a PR request has suddenly come up for the whitelist, a developer is then paid to pick up that PR request, check and merge it. And then it really becomes as simple as that. And there you have a self-serving system. Those who want to get whitelisted will come and get whitelisted. You can even charge them for the whitelisting if you really wanted to be like that. I don't think you should. I think the developer should be paid and the project should be able to whitelist free of charge because it's good economic growth. So as much as everybody's very excited about this vetoing, I'm very cautious. Anything could happen. Anything. So like I said, some of these validators in here could suddenly decide to switch and it could just spin the whole thing on its head. So I think we need to tread carefully. If I was being smart right now, I wouldn't make a big deal out of it yet because we might bring more attention to it than we need to. Although I'm getting this video out there for you guys, not a lot of people come that are validators and project owners and view the videos here. That's just for you guys. So this is really important. It's a good sign as this ends in about 9 hours. That takes us to the early hours of the morning on centralized time. So we're just going to have to see how this pans out. But what everybody needs to do is take good note of all of these validators, all of them. Whether they're double noding, network noding, they are inherently here to harm the blockchain. And this much is clear because none of these people care about projects, even LUNC, even NinjaNode. They don't care about projects. They don't care about those of us that have built and developed systems that a lot of them use. A lot of them provide auto compounding. that auto compounding would be finished if this passes. So they're shooting themselves in the foot, which is just weird, but that's what greed does. But once again, what I want to do is bounce on this point, and the matter of the fact is, it could all be bullish. If this is done the right way, you clear the right hurdles, you get that whitelist in place, this would not be a problem. Get that tax to gas system sorted, and we wouldn't have all of these issues. So if this does get vetoed, I think he'll keep going for it. I think he'll put it up again. He'll keep rewording it. He'll keep changing it. And he'll keep doing whatever he can do to get more money out of his validators. Because as his voting power grows, his running cost goes up on all nodes. So that in itself is interesting. So if he... And this is why removing the DCM and introducing a voting power limiter, it's already in there at 20%, right? We just need to get a proposal up to put it down to 5%. And as much as that sounds like a big jump, right, it's not going to make them lose their voting power. It just means whatever delegations they lose permanently until they have room below 5% voting power to introduce more delegates. And I think that is the most fairest thing that can happen on this blockchain, that every validator to agree to save this blockchain and to give it a future that we can all be part of, instead of just a select group of people abusing the system, abusing the DCM, and inherently adding more self-stake along the way, which is giving them more voting power. The DCM introduces an environment which makes it highly profitable for them to buy Luna Classic, to stake it with their validators, to get more commission. And this 10x gas fees would have given them 18% more. In fact, it would have given you 18% more. It would have burned 18% more. Everything would be 18% more. The only people that got hit were projects, DApps, NFT projects, and smart contract developers. That's what gets hit. But in these circumstances right now, I'm worried. This is on a dime. This is really on a dime right now. So we're just going to have to see how this pans out, and hopefully nobody changes that no with a veto back to a no, or over to an abstain, to appease certain people. Maybe payments get handed out. Who knows in these current circumstances that our blockchain's in. So this is all interesting stuff. I think this would be pretty good for you. You'll all be probably celebrating this, speaking to everybody about it, sharing the news. Just be careful not to rub it in too much is what I think I'm getting at here, because it inherently is going to be a big risk that we annoy someone and they ruin the parade, so to speak. I'm dropping a video that I didn't really want to drop, but I need to drop it. It has to happen. There's too many people dishonoring all of the different people we've lost on this blockchain, all of the developers. I mean, even Vim, we lost him because of the narrative. So this video has to happen. And although loads of people are involved with this thing, although there's people developing this thing, it's part of the narrative. And I think they've just rebranded. So keep an eye out for that video, guys. Go easy, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.